The stern planes on the aft end. Right hand seat is the helmsman. Right and left they have rudder control, back and forth, fair water plane control. Chief of the watch is over there at the ballast control panel. That's with all the gauges and lights on it over there. Controls the ballast tanks that have direct influence on the depth of the submarine, as well as other important functions and systems are monitored over there. Overseeing that party is the diving officer, and then the navigators and quartermasters work back in there to plot the track on the charts. All right, do I have a helmsman and a plainsman yet? No. Who's driving this tub? Come on. I need volunteers. Sorry. Go ahead, jump on in there. Come on, the big kids can do it too. Go ahead, don't be shy. Go ahead. We're not gonna go anywhere.
Just act like it. Just sit.
All right, there we go. Oh, and do they have driver's licenses yet? Because we need that for insurance. Okay, so you two are driving. How do you know where you're going?
Oh, window, huh?
Now, would you like a windshield up there, like on a bus or a truck?
Yeah.
I would.
Maybe? Yes? No? Does anybody know why there's not a windshield up there?
No.
Rely on sonar.
Okay, hold on, Sarah. Hold on. Let's address one thing at a time. You're getting way into the game here. A lot of people think it's pressure. Not true. And the reason I know that is there are other scientific or research submarines, submersibles actually as they're called, that do have windows that can go a lot deeper than this one ever could. How many of you watched a little movie called Finding Nemo?
Yep.
Do you remember the scene in the movie where Dory and Marlin dropped that swim mask they were holding on to and they had to swim way, way down deep to get it?
Yeah.
What happened? It got very, very, very dark. If you haven't seen the movie, the screen goes black there for a minute. That's the way it is out in the middle of the ocean. After 400 feet down or 100 meters, there's no more daylight. It's pitch black. You can't see a thing. Now, what about the research submarines in their windows? They have big bright lights, but they can only see about 20 feet in front of them, or 6 meters. So they're restricted to walking speed. At the speeds this one could go, 20 feet is still useless. That's why it's not even there. So what they are going to do is use those gauges and instruments up in there to fly the submarine underwater, basically, just like a pilot can fly an airplane at night without seeing where they're going on instruments. But there are other things out there, like other submarines, that are not on the navigational charts. How are you going to keep from running into them if you can't see them?
Sort of a bat.
Yes. And what's the Navy term for that?
Sonar, I think.
Very good. Sonar. How many of you watched a submarine movie lately? Really? Oh. All right. You all have a homework assignment. You're going to go and pick out a submarine movie. The older ones from the 50s and 60s are better for the younger kids. What? Oh, I'm crushed.
Crimson Tide.
Well, for the younger kids. Run Silent, Run Deep, Enemy Below, okay? If you want to get silly, you go to Operation Petticoat, that kind of stuff. Okay, I think I've been, okay. Anyway, so, all submarine movies, you're going to hear this going in the background at some point. This is active sonar. Works like radar underwater. Have you learned yet how bats find food with echolocation?
Yeah.
Yes? No? Maybe? You will, don't worry. Same idea. Ping is like the bat chirp, goes out, contacts anything, it echoes back.
There we go.
Problem is, does anybody know what the problem is? This is noise. This is like driving down the street at night with your lights off, honking your horn. They're not going to see you coming, but they're going to hear you from miles and miles and miles away. Navy submarines rely on stealth or invisibility for defense. So to avoid being picked up, secure or turn that ping off, use the passive or listen only side of the sonar, and when you do, you might pick up contacts like this. It works. Come on. Switches get bad. Sorry. Intermittent sonar contact. What's that? More specifically, your screw. Right? Okay, you guys professor. So, sonar operators will be trained to listen to that sound Identify what type of ship that is. Is it a fishing boat, an aircraft carrier? What is it? How far away is it? What speed and direction is it moving? But they also might pick up sounds like this. I expect him to say that. Oh, yeah.
Biologic and possible water layer.
That's biologics. These are dolphins. Okay? How about this one? What's smaller? Orca or killer whale. This is a humpback. From Finding Nemo.
Anyone that watched Star Trek?
Or Star Trek, yeah. There's that one. So marine mammals, some of them have their own natural sonar they use to communicate and find food with. Our submarines need the artificial version to help them out.
I have another question.
Yes, sir. Leaks.
Oh, forget
He's
it,
like-
I'm out of here.
Small leaks. Any other questions on anything?
You might want to explain the chicken switches.
Well, there you go, sailor. You explain them. They're right over there. And they have nothing to do with cooking.
Any time that a submarine gets in trouble, especially after the more recent losses of subs that we've had in the past, submarines now have a system built into them that if something goes wrong, you have an escape switch. You're right over here, you yank down on them, and you're headed for the roof. And it's what we call angles and dangles, because you're going to be hanging on to your life when you get there, but she'll come out of the water at an angle about nearly 40 degrees, come almost halfway out of the water and then slam down. You might have seen it in movies and stuff.
Yeah, if you watch the Hunt for Red October, they do that at the end of the movie there with the Dallas.
Yeah.
They don't normally do that. That's not normally how they come up to the surface. It's a very gentle thing, much like being in an airliner.
Right.
It's not, but if they have
You're
to...
going to practice it, though?
No,
Did
we're
you ever
gonna-
experience
Well,
that?
they do it every once in a while. I mean,
Ooh.
But a lot of times, submarines, of course, they don't have what they call bilge keels. The hull is completely round. There's nothing to keep it from rolling. So when you get to the surface, you've got a nice roll going back and forth, and plus, your bow is pitching up and down, and you generally up to about 50 feet below. The sub starts to smooth out. It doesn't get bothered by that. So around periscope depth, the sub rides really smooth.
All right, we're going to go down another steep set of stairs. They're narrow this time, so watch your step. Hold on to the railings. Take your time. At the bottom of the stairs is a sonar room. You can take a peek in there as we go by. So follow me right down here. Watch
Careful,
your
Sissy.
step.
Hold on to the railing.
Take your time. Do not hurry.
Watch your head, Jerry.
I did. Oh, this is it right here. Right now.
Go in.
Dude, what's this?
Come on in. Yep, you can go up there and take a look if you want to walk up to the front part. You don't want to go out there though. You got the whole other level of the boat to see. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Deadly force.
That must be where they stick the,
Torpedoes?
yeah, these.
Oh my goodness.
A TV!
Caleb on the TV.
You want to get closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah.
We got a few more people to get in.
Oh, okay.
Here, my man. Come closer. Your mouth is squeezed over.
Oh, we can go over.
What's his name? Oh, it's told about the length and stuff. Primary functions, heavy
Is
torpedo
this supposed to
for
be as
submarine,
far as we can go?
19 feet.
It's called Greenville.
Probably a different kind of.
Someone sleeps in a torpedo room? Dude, there's another foot.
Looks
Mom.
like there's bit.
Well, look, a foot.
Look at a fake foot.
Yeah, look, there's one right there, too.
I guess, look, there's a fake sock. There's a foot over there.
Somebody up there sleep?
Those are fake.
Is these bunk areas?
Yeah, they would
Oh
sleep
my
up there.
God.
Somebody got to be on the ready.
Yeah? Man.
All right, does everybody see that blue step up there, the top of the ladder below the exit sign?
Yeah.
That marks the water level of the river outside, so now you get to go and tell everybody that you were under the Willamette River, but you did not get wet. See if they can figure out how you did that. So here we are in the torpedo room. Many different types of torpedoes on display that the Blueback carried throughout her career. They all have one job, and that is to sink other ships and submarines. Older ones like this Mark 14 over here, the earliest one she carried from World War II actually, were unguided. That means they had to be set with a speed, a depth, and a gyro angle before they were launched, because once they're out the tube, that's it. There's no more guidance, there's no more inputs. It's going to keep going on that course that you set until it hits something or miss, run out of gas, and eventually